Archer and the Devil.
Welcome to
Archer
and the Devil, number 7.
Number 7.
We are on number 7 of this little podcast that we have created. We are this week. We should address the elephant in the room.
Yep.
I mean, not he's not fat, but producer Rob is not here.
He's AWOL.
He's we're going to say he's on lockdown.
Yep.
Not due to coronavirus.
Nope.
Just because gingers are only allowed out so many days a year.
And it's the first day of spring
And
today.
It's the what?
It's the first day of spring today.
Exactly. So the sun comes out in spring.
Yeah. He'll burn.
He has to hide away.
Yeah.
But no, he's not here this week. So it's literally just me and the devil.
Yep.
On bare bones equipment.
It
because
is.
Rob's equipment is locked away
With Rob.
in a quarantined... well, not quarantined. It's just where he left all his gear.
Yeah.
He's on lockdown, so we can't get all the rest of the gear. So we're not on YouTube this week again.
Yeah, just audio.
We are just audio. We did think we was going to get it sorted this week, but unfortunately we
apparently
haven't.
not.
But we are here.
We are.
We are still cracking on. We didn't want to miss out. We didn't want to lose one. We
Yeah.
didn't want everybody to go, where the hell's the podcast? So
And we're still healthy.
we are.
No
Touch
corona
wood.
free. Touch wood. I honestly thought, like, being the industry I work in, I'd have got it straight away. So I'm quite surprised. That I have been hand washing
That wasn't a cough
significantly.
for
Oh,
effect.
mate,
That
mate,
wasn't
come
a
on.
cough for effect. That
You do
wasn't.
cough a lot.
I've
Well,
got
we
my
both
dressing
cough a lot.
gown on though.
You do, well, that's the thing, because of the absence of a camera, you've come casual as fuck.
Couldn't be any more casual.
Casual as fuck.
It's like dress down Friday.
It is Friday as well. So yeah, today's officially the first day of spring. Today's also the day that the government have shut down schools.
Yes.
In
Wow, what day? It's Friday today.
So it's the last day of schools today.
So Wednesday, they announced that they were shutting down schools. Literally before we started the podcast today, they've just announced what?
Pubs, restaurants, cafes, gyms, theatres. Basically anywhere you can go and have fun.
Bar the gym.
Bar the gym is
No one
now
has fun at the gym.
is now closed. Well,
now
from
closed?
tonight. So tonight's
From
going to be the
tonight,
last night, yeah. So they haven't announced when. I'm guessing if they are, I'm manager of a bar, so I'm guessing we'll close at midnight tonight, but I'll find that out when I go to work.
Well, it says PM orders cafes, pubs, clubs, restaurants, nightclubs, theatres, cinemas, gyms and leisure centres to close and not reopen tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
So
say...
from tomorrow on.
Are we assuming it's midnight? Is it going to
Yeah.
be when they're closed tonight and then it just won't reopen? We don't know.
I mean,
But
the thing, we'll just go into it now. Obviously, Corona is going to be a topic for...
unfortunately, yeah, I didn't really want to talk about it
But
because...
it's, well, we didn't want to talk about... Well, you didn't want to talk about it last week.
No.
But this week is becoming a lot more prevalent.
Well, just 7 days, the amount that's changed
Yeah.
is fucking just...
It literally, there isn't anybody, I think, globally who now isn't being affected by this.
I mean, it's not affected, but there's still people that don't understand it.
Yeah. There are still people who keep going out like, oh, it's only the flu. Just stop being a
Not only
dickhead.
that, people still think that 5G...
Yeah.
People still
There's
think...
more now. The problem is the more it goes on, the amount of people I've seen, like, there's a report out of Japan that someone got it again. So everyone's like, well, only chemical drugs do that. Like, chemical viruses, it's got to be government made. That they're trying to limit our contact with each other. That's the whole social distance thing. And now they're going to make products that will compensate for the fact that you can't touch each other. You know, in
They're going to do what?
like the hype. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen. People are theorizing that
They're going to make products...
that will compensate for the lack of physical contact. So you know Demolition Man? Do you remember Demolition Man? That phenomenal piece of cinema.
They're like the neurological
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
sex thing.
That's where we're going, because they did that thing there where they don't touch to do the high five.
Yeah,
but with air between.
Because that's what killed them.
Right, yeah. And that's where we are. We're literally in dystopian film. So if you put 12 Monkeys, V for Vendetta and Demolition Man in a blender, that's the world we're living in. What, the pretense to all three?
Do you know what? A couple of weeks ago, and even so this week, I won't say I haven't been taking it seriously, because I have. I went to the cinema last week and I immediately felt like I shouldn't be there, like it was a mistake. But I felt okay afterwards.
When you say
whatever.
that, did you feel guilty?
No. I just felt... The best way to describe it is like I felt itchy. Like I was aware that I could, at that very moment, be catching fucking coronavirus, right? I haven't... With the job that I do, I don't really see... I see a lot of people, but I don't have contact with a lot of people.
Right, okay.
We're classed as lone workers. So we just in the van, we jump out the van, we do what we need to do, we get back in the van.
Yeah.
That's it, really. We don't really speak to anyone So as long as the building sites stay open, I should still be okay.
Yeah.
But, and the same with builders, like, they're pretty much lone workers as such as well.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's, they're taking steps to, like, stagger breaks and keep people apart from more than they need to be, like, on all that sort of stuff. So I think I might be all right, but as you've just found out, you're now not.
Yeah, so from tonight, I have 2 jobs, and one of them finished on Monday because of self-isolation, and the other one, now government ordered, closes tonight. So
we've just got some stat attack.
Stat attack.
We've got apparently the government will cover 80% of pay for
Yeah. people
people unable to work due to coronavirus. So
that's a limit of 2,500 a month.
right, so that basically will be you. So if you're at the minute, so that basically means the government are going to pay your wages now instead of your job, or they're going to
Your
pay
employer.
80% of your
80%.
wages.
But that's a PAYE. So if you're self-employed, if you're on 0-hour contracts, which there are a lot of people, that was one thing this government did to try and eliminate the whole lack of employment, the people who are unemployed. They put a lot of people on 0-hour contracts, because then they can say, look at the number of people who aren't working has significantly dropped.
Are also not unemployed.
But you can work 2 hours a week and technically you're working then. So those people are fucked. I'm sure they will try and figure something out. I mean, some of the things they've done, they put a 3-month holiday on mortgages, but then I think renters only get 30%.
I didn't know that either.
That was something. I might be. There was something about 30% on there, but I was getting ready to come here.
So what, they only have to pay 30%? So renters have to pay 30%, or they've got 30% off?
I believe so.
Let's find that out, because I rent.
You do rent. Let's find out.
I need to know what that is, because I heard that there was like buy-to-let mortgages was going to have a break.
Yeah. Well, it's optional, so if you can carry on paying it, then you don't have to.
I can't. I know I can't afford to pay my rent.
But then they've offered like.
If I don't have to pay my rent, then I can't afford to pay my rent. It's
what I don't
simple.
get is that obviously if you're paying rent and your homeowner has now been given a 3-month holiday, why should you continue to pay rent?
Well, that's what I mean, but
they're not paying rent. So
also,
why
are they? Do you really think that majority of? I mean, we're not saying that all landlords are bent or dodgy or whatever, but if all of a sudden you have got the option to not pay your rent for 3 months.
I think what it is,
you're not going to pass. Do you by law do they have to pass it on, or you know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah, I think what it is something to do with universal credit. So it'll be applying through the government to get
as a renter.
Yeah,
to get.
I'm looking. I can't find the exact information here. So only 30% of rent covered by the local housing allowance. Self-employed people are £94 a week. Universal credit up to £404 per month. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure people will know anyway, because they'll have to find the information that was relevant to them.
I bet you all the people already getting universal credit know all about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I bet they're
that's what
fully clued
the
up.
One
on what
thing
the
I saw
people
that
can't get.
they announced on Wednesday 330 billion in business loans.
Yes, I've seen that.
But even loans, like no other countries haven't done that. Like ours are like loans, it's 6 months no interest and with favourable terms. It's like, yeah, but you're still making fucking money off a pandemic.
But do you think that the government should prop up companies?
Depends on the company. I don't think, for example, I know the airline industry currently is requesting like 20 billion in bailouts. But they own most of the shares within their own company as well.
And all their planes,
right,
and everything else that they could use as collateral or down payments.
And there's been a lot of calls for people saying if they get the bailout, which they shouldn't, if they get the bailout, they should no longer be able to ever buy shares within their own company again.
Well, that's it. I mean, because they it's not like they don't earn enough.
Yeah.
I mean, they make a lot of profit.
Yeah, but not only that, but why prioritise that industry over other industries? Why not the hospitality industry? Why not? You know what I mean? It's like,
I think at that time it was just because that was, at that moment, was the worst hit, weren't it? Because nobody was travelling anywhere.
Initially, but...
And that was only 2 weeks ago that they started talking about that shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And now the cruise industry is all shut down.
Yeah, there's just boats hanging around in the Caribbean.
Billion-dollar yachts, with $1 billion cruise ships with nobody on, fully staffed. I've got a couple of people on Instagram that I follow that work on cruise ships, and they've literally just had their contract ended early. They're just on holiday now. There's literally them on the boat, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just while it sails back.
Well, currently, our mortality rate is steeper than Italy's was two weeks ago. So where we are at it, more people are dying now in this country than were in Italy 2 weeks ago at this point when they had it, when they were where we are now.
Fucking hell.
Which is why the idea of shutting schools now rather than a month ago, and like the whole thing yesterday, he came out and said, we're not shutting pubs, we just advise people don't go to them.
And that was only yesterday, the day before? Yeah.
It was yesterday, and he said, because I've been paying attention just because I'm not going to work today, you know what I mean? So he came out and said, we're not shutting pubs, just don't go to them. Because if you go to them,
we're advising you not to go.
So it's you're basically saying, as a business, we expect you to open, but you can't have customers.
Yeah.
So you can fully staff it, spending money on wages, on bills, on electric, on everything else, keep buying stock in, but you're not allowed any customers, which is just...
I think this is partly to do with why they've called this now, is because it says here, London's Northwick Park Hospital declares critical incident after critical care unit hits capacity following surge in cases.
Right.
So I think they've held off to the point where the NHS is now starting to properly struggle. And now they've gone, right, that's it. And then underneath that, it says social distancing could last for most of the year. Shit the bed.
This is, I mean, I know with schools they've cancelled all exams. I'm not sure if the way they're doing it is just going to grade them on what they've
I think everyone's just getting a C.
Is that what it is?
I think that's what... I spoke to Rob about that last night, and he said because they don't know how... Schools are currently closed for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
There's no 2 weeks. It's just... They're open again when we decide. Yeah. So that's it. So they can't do the exams.
But I wasn't sure if they were going to say, well, you've done X amount of coursework already, we'll grade it on where you are now.
No, I think they're just going to... So you've done the coursework up to that point.
That's what I mean. For generations, this is going to have a knock-on effect. For me, that would have been great. Yeah.
Because I would have got some GCSEs.
You would have been all right, yeah.
For all you clever boffins, you'd have been fucking bastard.
But it is like for universities and stuff like that. I know a lot of doctors or trainee doctors are already saying, we'll level up. Just put us in there. We'll try and offer relief where we can so they can go front line, which is rad that people are doing that. There's 65,000 retired nurses and doctors are trying to get back in.
Well, it says here more than 65,000 former nurses and doctors are told your NHS needs you.
Yeah.
So they're already talking about drafting in retired people, people that have, like, say, moved on or whatever. They just need all the help they can get, don't they?
I mean, there's a lot of comparisons I've seen compared to, like, people say it'll work here because this model worked in South Korea. That's what they're basing it on. South Korea were testing 10,000 people a day.
Yeah.
The reason China haven't got any more cases, today was the first day, I think, or yesterday.
Yesterday,
no reports of new cases in Wuhan. It's because they built a hospital in 10 days to accommodate for the amount of people that needed help. We haven't got that.
They've just upped testing in the UK to 25, or they're trying to up it to 25,000 a day.
25,000? What is it now?
I don't know.
It's like 3,000 now at the minute or something.
They're trying to... They said they are either trying to or they are.
But again, do you know anyone that's been tested? Anyone listening, if you have been tested?
Don't know anyone that's been tested. I know people that have got the symptoms, flu-like symptoms, but I don't know anybody that's specifically been
It's a really strange thing
with
because it is making you... It is pulling us apart socially because as soon as someone coughs, you're like, why are you out?
Also,
why are you here?
People look at you as if to say, how fucking dare you cough near me?
Yeah. And it's a strange thing, and I do think it's kind of
You feel really self-conscious.
I put a tweet up that has now been known to me how this happened, but it has gone viral. So I put a tweet, I tweet a lot. I've discussed this a few times on the podcast. Twitter is my main source of social media. So I put a thing up just saying, since lockdown, the Venice Canal water has become clear, which is true. There's fish back in there. They've had dolphins in the Venice Canal.
Are you sure?
Yeah. There's photographs of it.
In the canal?
I've got sources, because someone messaged me saying sources, so I found 5 sources.
Okay.
And posted all of them.
Dolphins in the canal?
Yeah. Well, there's dolphins initially that were coming back to the coastline, and now they're in the canals in Venice. They're not canals like we have canals
Have you been to Venice?
No. We've discussed this.
The water is...
Not anymore?
Fucking horrible.
Not anymore, that's what I'm saying.
It's just a film of oil and petrol and diesel and
now,
filth on the top.
It's clear, there's fish, there's
It's fucking horrible.
But there's not anymore, that's what I'm saying. It's taking...
I don't see how that's cleared that quick in two... Mind you, how long's Italy been
like
that?
A month there. So that's what I mean. In a month, it's restored. So Japan has deer roaming the streets. Now, about 1,000 people are tweeting me saying, there's always deer in the street in Japan. Cool, I didn't know that. So, but now apparently they're going further into the cities to try and find food.
Because there's no fucker there.
Right. Thailand, monkeys do the same thing, which isn't a good thing because you've seen Planet of the Apes. China had record-breaking pollution cuts. Today, they started rising again.
Yes, the nitrogen and all that has all started because they're all coming back out again.
Exactly, everyone's starting to go back to work, so they can fucking themselves over again. So I put a thing up saying the Earth is healing. Plot twist: we were the virus all along. Now I didn't. Obviously, it's hyperbolic. I'm kind of joking.
You didn't create that meme either, did you?
No, like it's
you found that.
No. I mean, I wrote it, but it's just.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no. So it was all me. On Twitter, it's been seen now at this point, 218,000 times. Right, on Facebook, I didn't even post it on Facebook. Someone screenshot it, posted it on Facebook, and then someone sent me a message yesterday.
I didn't realise you created it.
Yeah. And on Facebook, now it's been shared 26,729 times. And the amount of people who have called me an eco-fascist today. I didn't reply to any of these because I'm like, I didn't post it there. So
they've called you a what?
An eco-fascist is
an eco-fascist.
That's what apparently I am. So an eco-fascist is a theoretical political model in which an authoritarian government would require individuals to sacrifice their own interests to the organic whole of nature. So basically, you will restrict things yourself and make sacrifices so the planet can prosper itself, nature can prosper.
Wait.
So if you had a government, if our government...
Rewind.
If your government instilled limitations on what you could do, and you had to sacrifice freedoms, so much like is happening now, currently obviously it's being done because of a pandemic.
Yeah.
If that was done purely from a point
of view for
the environment, that's eco-fascism apparently. That's a term I discovered today.
Which,
that I've been called.
As a broad term, kind of makes sense. Eco-fascism.
Yeah.
But to call somebody on their own an eco-fascist, like you've done this,
right? And I will say, because I've said to a few people, like if you read the tweet I put after it, connected to it was put, keep on top of mental health during lockdown is important. Checking on each other. If you panic bought too much, don't be afraid to help out somebody who hasn't. Being kind didn't end with COVID-19. People obviously haven't read that bit and just gone, he said we're all a virus, fuck this guy. And honestly...
we're the reason there's no dolphins in Venice, bastard! Effectively, all you've done is pointed shit out.
If you seek me out to try and find out more things that you can throw things at me for, I honestly mean this from the bottom of my heart. Go fuck yourself.
Also, is it the end of the world? Like, there's worse insults.
There are, yeah.
There's a lot worse.
There are.
How dare you do something to try and save the environment?
Like I said, I hadn't heard of eco-fascist until today, so I had to Google it after to find out what people were calling me. If you're going to insult me, call me something I haven't got to Google afterwards. Like, try and make it, you know what I mean? I don't want to have to do homework to find out if I should be insulted or not.
Don't make me work to see whether
right,
it's an
hang on, is that a good
not.
thing? I mean, it's got fascist in there, it can't be a good thing. You need to stop coughing, you're making me nervous. No, I'm joking, I'll lick you afterwards.
You're making me laugh.
That's alright. But yeah, no, it's a really weird... It still isn't... Well, now's the first, I suppose knock-on effect, which is going to affect day to day. Like, now I'm not going to work now for X amount of time.
Means more podcasts.
Means more podcasts. It does mean more.
It might mean more solo podcasts.
We have talked about, well, yeah, if you keep coughing. But there is now the point where we will start seeing in this country the effects of it firsthand. So it's going to be interesting to see how people are coping with it. I've already done a door drop to a couple of mates who are self-isolating because they've got kids.
Door drop? What, like food and supplies and shit?
Alcohol, sweets.
All the important stuff.
All the important stuff, yeah. Just for people who are, my best mate's pregnant. She's due in 10 weeks. I've got other friends whose partners got low immunity and stuff like that.
She's going to have a COVID baby.
So
not with COVID, but during the pandemic.
Yeah. But it is crazy, and the knock-on effect of the next couple of years.
Do we think somebody's going to name a new baby COVID?
But somebody probably already has.
Do you think that might happen? I think it will.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise
Karen
me.
on the estate will definitely call her baby
Karen
COVID
as well.
Baby COVID.
My sister's name's Karen. But
she's a little bit too late though. She's just had her baby.
Yeah, she's 4 months old.
Is it too late to change the name?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is.
COVID COVID's not a bad name.
It's not a bad name. It's weird because obviously there's a whole thing with Donald Trump keeps calling it the China virus.
I do not get that. He also called it Kung Flu.
Kung Flu.
Which is just fucking...
But he knows what he's doing.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, he knows what he's doing. He keeps poking that fucking bear, doesn't he?
And
he
the thing is...
fucking pointing that finger at that Chinese going, you've done this.
Yeah.
You fuckers owe us. Look what you've done.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where... Like, he has the ability. If you're questioned on it, just go, oh, okay, I didn't know that was offensive. Sorry, I'll call it COVID. I'll call it coronavirus. Two very, very, very inoffensive, multi-used by scientific names. But no, Kung Flu, apparently. There was a report. Just
to make sure that everyone knows it's Chinese.
There was a journalist yesterday who was interviewing him and asked him, do you think it's right to call it Kung Flu? And he went, I'm sorry, repeat that question. Just so she would have to say
Kung Flu again.
And if you look at his face when he's asking, he's smirking. He's like, I've got you right where I want you. The guy's a prick. And now he's saying, because 3 weeks ago he was saying it's a hoax.
Was he?
Yeah. There's videos of him saying it's a hoax.
It's fake news.
And now he's tweeting, I've taken this seriously from the start. That's why there's America, they're about to get hit bad. Bad.
Yeah, well, they're pretty much the next biggest
330 million people in that country.
And did you see pictures of everyone on the beach in Florida yesterday?
Yeah, spring break.
When they said all nightclubs, bars and pubs in Florida had to close down, shut down, etc. The very next day, they've all gone, fuck it, we're all going to the beach then.
But it's kids, it's young people. I think the thing is, because the narrative has been put out that it's only killing old people, a lot of people who are like under 40, you're like, fuck it, I'm alright. But now there are reports, especially again if you go on Twitter, there's a lot of people who are tweeting about their experiences firsthand. So I saw one, I think it was a 19 or 20-year-old, who they're 10 days into it. And they were saying if an old person had the symptoms I've had to go through, they would not make it. Yeah, it is just, it's only because I have that.
Did you see that Will Smith's blaming himself for a lot of the misinformation due to I Am Legend?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Right, okay.
Yeah, to the point where he done like a proper like podcast talk.
Like a redaction
of the... What's that guy that done that Joe Rogan podcast? Michael Osterman or...
Is he the one in the suit?
He's the one that done the Joe Rogan podcast recently.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like the actual guy that knows what the fuck he's talking about. Yeah. The guy that works for the CDC and like knows all about this virus and knows exactly where it's come from and has all the facts.
Remember facts?
So if you should do any fucking research, listen to that podcast. Yeah. Not even ours, because we don't even know what we're talking about.
Generally, we're going off things we've heard in other places.
But we're actually trying to fact check majority of what we say.
We do, yeah. I'm never going to try and report something and then find out. And if we do, we'll always say we were wrong on that.
Whereas that video that everyone's seen of the tanks rolling down the motorway and some guy going, that's it now, the army's coming, mate, we're going to get fucking locked down, we're going to get locked down, mate, the army's coming. That could have been filmed fucking months ago.
Yeah.
Months ago.
You see the one on the canal? There's a full-on fucking warship on the canal. Like, would that even fit on a canal?
With the worst fucking Photoshop ever. But yeah, it's very...
I'm pretty sure there were like World War II soldiers on that. That's how old the source picture was.
My biggest concern about all this, and I spoke to my friend rang me the other day and he said, look, all jokes aside, are you worried? He said to me. And I said, do you know what? I said, if you're asking me specifically, am I worried for myself? No. Because I feel that I'm strong enough and fit enough for it not to kill me.
He is fit.
But obviously I don't know. But in me as a person and my history of health, I don't very, very rarely get ill. Yeah. Very rarely get the flu.
Same.
Most I get is a headache, and that's usually because I'm dehydrated. A couple of glasses of water and it's gone.
Yeah.
That I don't take paracetamol. I very rarely, I don't think I ever go to the doctors. Never.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So in terms of health, I've been very lucky. I've never broken a bone, nothing. So in terms of if I got it, I feel that I would be okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm concerned. My dad's in his 70s. My mum has had a heart attack. My dad's had 2 heart attacks. My nan has had a heart attack as well. Heart attacks do run in my family. Nothing to do with coronavirus. But in terms of underlying health issues, my nan's diabetic. My mum's got asthma. Do you know what I mean? And of course, I'm worried for my family, the older generation of the family. But me and my brother, we get the flu, we'll get the cold, we'll get the coronavirus. Chances are we're going to be all right.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm personally more concerned about the financial aspect of what this going forward is going to create.
Yeah.
So many things now have been cancelled. The Euros, they're on about cancelling the Premiership. Eurovision's been cancelled.
All festivals, concerts, everything.
I don't know if... has the Premier League officially been...
So what they've said now is it's completely postponed until April 30th. They have said they will finish the league out.
Are they doing it behind closed doors, though?
That's an option, yeah.
And I think that's more a financial thing, isn't it?
So they want to do it by June,
money.
July. A lot of people are saying that they just you can't cancel the league. You know what I mean? So I think they're going to... The thing is, there's a lot of people who are still really, really concerned about that. I'm not going to lie. I'm a huge football fan. I am. I've had season tickets for years at West Brom. I don't care right now. Like, I really don't.
There's bigger things to worry
And it
about.
surprises me the amount of people who are still so fixated on it. Like, the Euros are cancelled and people are still bitching. I'm like, what the fuck do you expect? Like, it's across Europe. It was being held, I think, in 14 countries.
Yes, yeah. So
it's not even like it's in one country. Like,
and you're going to have a fucking humongous, massive influx of people country hopping 2 months after a fucking major pandemic.
And like people complain about Glastonbury and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? For the sake of 1 year of your life, just take the fucking hit.
Yeah,
just take the hit.
For what could effectively affect the next 10 years.
Yeah, I think that is one thing.
Life.
I think everyone like around the planet is simultaneously realizing that things that they held like value in and prioritized is insignificant. It doesn't fucking matter because they're the first things to go. Like gyms and stuff like that, like pubs.
Luxuries.
Yeah, it is. And the problem is, I think as a species, we're so good at... No one survives anymore. I think we discussed this on one of the earlier podcasts. Like you
don't have to survive.
You don't have to. We've over-accomplished as a species. And I think one interesting thing is like, there must be certain industry where you're like, is it worth me even going to work? Like, if all I'm making is, I don't know, fucking one of those things you put around your neck when you sleep on an aeroplane.
Right.
How important is that right now? You know what I mean? Like, if that's your job and you make them, it's like, you know what, we can go without them. There's so much shit as a species we just don't need. And I think one thing this has done as well, the amount of people who are working from home, and they're like, what, I could have done this the whole time. The entire time.
I could have just got up and sat in my pants and spoke to Sandy from accounts. Yeah. And nobody questioned it.
And there's so much stuff that people are beginning to realise now, like, oh, you don't need to do that at all. And I think this is going to be the undoing of, like, it's whether we act on it afterwards. Like, the irony of it is, we discussed socialism before, it's a socialist model that's saving us now. It's reverted to socialist ideas that are going to get us through this.
I don't know what that means.
We have discussed it before. I'm not going to go over it again. What I'm saying is basically, it's like, by saying we will help you out with this, we will do this for you, we'll cover your wage, they're trying to put everyone in an even playing field, right? Okay. Yeah, so they're using socialist ideas to help out everyone, rather than saying, well, you're fucked, but this guy we're going to help because capitalism is what we've always based on. But when it comes down to it, the bare bones of it, and you've got to help people. You can't
help everyone.
Exactly, yeah.
You can't.
And globally, people are doing this. The one thing I will say is, and I understand, and this is going to be contentious, I understand it's bad for everyone. I'm sure there's one person who's worse than anyone, right? But the amount of people I'm seeing moaning like it's only happening to them. And
the biggest complaint I've heard is, I'm fucking bored of it now.
Mine isn't. I don't mind that. I get people who are bored of hearing about it, but it's like,
yeah, but you've got to hear about it.
And not only that, it's probably, if you're under 40, it's probably the biggest thing that's happened globally. The biggest thing that's happened. Period. Like in our lifetime.
Well, there was the recession that affected everyone. 2008. And which affected the world. I would say maybe 9/11, but that potentially touched or affected. It was, or everyone was talking about it, should I say? And what was that? 2001. And then there's coronavirus. Yeah, like SARS, Ebola. They never had this effect.
That didn't affect my life at all.
Ebola was a running joke. Oh, you got fucking cough.
Right?
Ebola. That was it because it never really happened. No. Mad cow disease, do you remember that? When they was burying all the fucking cows and
there was
and shit?
Swine flu, there was avian, like bird flu.
Yes, all the chicken fucking prices went up.
So we've had like loads. There was a horse meat scandal when people were eating horses.
But none of them have affected...
Globally. Never in my life have I seen countries on lockdown where people can shut borders and no one's complaining, you know what I mean? If any other country at any other point said, you know what, no one's coming in and out of our country, you'd be like, I'm sorry, what? Now you're like, why have you waited so fucking long?
Can you imagine if 10 years ago, 5 years ago, the United States president just went, oh, by the way, we're cancelling all flights from
Europe. Yeah. For 30 days.
End of.
That's it.
That's it. No one's flying into the US.
The US-Canada border's closed now as well.
So you can't go from...
Yeah. Mexico aren't letting Americans...
But I bet people are still jumping the fucking border, though.
The sweet, sweet irony of Mexicans going, how many of you are there? You got what disease? Nah,
sorry.
No homes. It's fucking amazing.
Now's my time to shine.
Yeah, my time to shine. But it is, I think it's a huge dose of people to recognise that the things that they concentrate on a daily basis that, you know, consumes you, your thought, your being, your actions, it's all bullshit. It's ultimately bullshit. It's like, all people have now is Netflix is going to go through they're going to profiteer massively off this.
A quote where it said the coronavirus is helping accelerate and now I'm going to try and say this right.
I believe in you.
The Amazonification of the
Nicely
world.
done. Yeah.
So basically, this is just helping Amazon take over at an even faster accelerated rate. Because no fucker wants to go anywhere. Yeah. And the most busiest people in the world right now are supermarket truck drivers,
couriers,
and delivery drivers.
Yeah. So
that's it.
So Amazon and the worst thing is Amazon are such a fucking evil company. If you want to put us on Prime, I will retract that. I have no problem being a shill. If you want to pay me millions and millions of pounds at any point.
I am fully down for corporate America. No problem whatsoever.
So if I'm going to do this twice, right? So initially, Jeff Bezos, you're an amazing man. I think what you've done with the media industry is phenomenal. And continue to have your garage. Well done. Applause to you. Right. Now, here's what I actually think. The guy's a fucking evil Monty Burns character of a human.
Why do you think that?
Because he's worth something like 400 billion.
He is the richest man in the world.
By a long shot as well. Yeah. And the amount of people who work for Amazon have to fight for just decent work ethics, decent work hours to get paid a decent wage. So how can you have that much money?
That's why he's got so much money.
Yeah, but you can still have that much money and just not be a dick.
Yeah, you don't need that much money.
And like,
nobody needs that much money.
And one thing is that Amazon do this thing now where, like, if you've got a product, you almost have to go to Amazon to sell it. Because unless you've got it, what's it called? That thing everyone does on Dragon's Den.
Crowdfunded.
No. When you've got a product and you do that thing where no one else can make it.
Patent.
That's it. So
or
unless
patent.
Yeah. So unless you've got that, anybody else can come and make another version of it and just sell it on Amazon anyway, or Amazon themselves can do it. I just think it's an evil fucking company, and I absolutely abhor them. I try to use them as limitlessly as I can. I have used them.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
No, I did. Well, I had it because it was free with my phone contract for 6 months. I literally used it to watch Grand Tour, and that was it.
That's all I had it for.
Yeah.
That's all I had it for.
So watch the Grand Tour.
I never used Amazon. I was always an eBay guy.
I understand the contradiction of me saying I hate them, but I've used Amazon, and I get that. But unfortunately, I'm a product of the world I live in. And there's a lot of things I will. It's never my first source. I'll always try and find it somewhere else. I don't mind paying more somewhere else either. But if there's something, I've used it 5-6 times max. I used to use it years ago when you used to get books and stuff like that. I had no problem. It's only really been in the last 5 years, it's almost taken over eBay.
See, I've only started using it since Grand Tour.
Yeah.
I'd never used Amazon before. I was always eBay, or I'd literally go to the shop and buy it.
Yeah.
Very, very rarely used anything really online in terms of shopping. But I got it for Grand Tour, and I was paying for the delivery anyway. And because I was paying for it anyway, you just seem to order more.
Yeah.
You just thought, well, I don't need to.
Well, that is one thing I think at the minute people are... It's kind of one of those things because a lot of people now obviously unaware of when you'll be earning money again, when you go back to work again, you're even more cautious and not all of a sudden go and buy a load of shit.
Yeah.
And not only that, you're not going to buy outfits to go out because you can't fucking leave your house. Well, you can. I want to stress this as well. National Trust have opened up all their stuff for free.
It's free anyway.
It's not. You have to get a membership. I know because I'm a member.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so National Trust have opened up. I think they're closing the actual buildings and cafes there. But it is important, obviously, for people to go out. I want to stress, we do talk about mental health once in a while on this. Don't feel trapped in your home. You can go out. Social distancing is just, they recommend 2 meters. So if you can go somewhere that's just wherever you're listening in the world, even if you're in the UK, where most of our listeners are from, just you can download the National Trust app or go on their website. It'll show you where the local places are to you. Drive there, free parking, free everything now for the foreseeable. And just go for a walk. Go take, and weather's first day of spring, weather's gonna get better. Don't feel confined and trapped to your home. Do go outside.
Yeah, fuck Amazon and go and see some of the National Trust shit. Anyway, England's got some cool shit, man.
It's got some amazing shit.
Got some cool shit.
Like especially if, like the further north you go as well. Like like I'm not saying we haven't got anything in the middle or the south, but in the Lake District and stuff like that, there's some amazing stuff up there. But I did put a thing up the other day, which I'm just going to read out. Where was it? Hang on.
I want what regarding what?
So quarantine and self-isolation is a great time to do that thing you keep meaning to do, but never have the time for. So house repairs, painting, fitness, meditation, collecting all the trophies on that game you play.
Yes, yeah.
Fixing things or starting to write that novel, because everyone at some point wants to write a novel. No? Okay. Not Jake, but everyone else. Whatever it is, if it's something you've had on the back burner, now's a good time to give it a go. You can also teach yourself a lot using the internet through tutorials and help videos for everything if you're unsure where to start. And I put, like, I'm not a rise and grind person. That's a thing on Twitter, apparently. People who like rise and grind. I'm not that. I'm very much rise.
Definitely not that.
I'm a rise and stumble person.
Not that hashtag entrepreneur life either.
Yeah, no, but it is. I just think it's one of those times, especially to kind of like, I've done it. I've been texting people and just saying like, how are you doing? Just checking on people. Especially people who I know will just go secluded. You know what I mean? And don't necessarily know best how to cope with their own company.
I think that's the biggest issue, isn't it? Is like so many people have never had to do this before. Majority of people have never had to physically. Usually, if you're ill, you stay in because you're ill, and that's that. You don't want to go out. But now people are not necessarily ill, but they've got nowhere to go. People are struggling with their own company, with the company of
their partners,
husbands, wives, etc.
Children.
The kids are pissing you off even more because all the kids are off school now. There's nowhere to fucking take them.
Yep.
Because everywhere's closed.
Yep.
You're going to have to go to the park and go for that walk that nobody wants to.
That's the thing.
You and 3,000 other school kids that have also got to go to the park.
But the thing is, one thing is, if you are working from home, like you're still at work and your kid's there, but it's like, it's all good and well, the government saying that you need to do this and you can still go out and blah, blah, blah. But if you're still doing a work day.
I wish I could work from home.
Because a lot of people, see, I haven't got to work now, so I'm kind of, I'd rather not work at all than work from home.
So that's,
you know what I mean?
Do that.
Unless I turn my like home into a pub, I've got nothing to do now. Like, so I'm literally just going to twiddle my thumbs and...
I need to level up on Call of Duty, is what I need to do.
That's what I put on there, because I don't want just to stress that people... I think fitness is a good thing. This is a good time for that. When people are always, I never have time to exercise, I never have time to work out.
Online fitness courses are going
honestly,
through the fucking roof.
It should. I've done the Insanity workout a few times, and it's fucking awesome. Like, it's really good. And it's hard, but the more you do it, within 2 weeks you realise I'm not, like...
If you have self-isolation for 2 weeks, and you work out every day, you will guarantee lose weight.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So, for example, with the Insanity one, you don't need equipment. No weights, nothing. Literally, you need your body and about a 6 foot space.
Just to do some shit.
6 foot by 6 foot square to work from. And that's it. Find it on YouTube. Download it illegally. I don't give a fuck. Or, like,
don't download our podcast illegally. Please subscribe.
It's free anyway.
Please subscribe.
Yeah, don't download it illegally. Or do it.
Just watch it.
You
can't watch this one.
You can. You can still watch it on YouTube. It's it's just a still image.
You can listen to us on a video share.
Here's what you do. Right, so you listen to it on Apple, but you watch us on YouTube and mute it. And hopefully we sync it. So if you watch episode 5, but listen to episode 7...
It could make sense.
And it'll look like... You see what I'm saying?
See.
There you go.
If you thought episode 1 was long, and you didn't watch it all, watch the second half that you didn't watch on mute, and play this podcast.
Yeah.
Like an all-new
We've grown so much since episode 1.
It's like an all-new podcast.
We've grown so much.
Do you think?
Yeah, 7 weeks, yeah.
In what way?
I think I know I'm more comfortable. I don't get nervous overly.
Yeah, you like talking all over me now and all sorts. Sorry, like, no fucks given. No fucks given.
Shut the fuck up and let me talk.
I did loads of research for the first few, and the last ones, fuck all.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it shows.
Oh, to be
That's the
fair,
way you're supposed to say no. It doesn't.
no,
define.
well, I was literally about to say, a lot of people said the last one was their favourite, and the last one was the most unprepared we've been, and we were just talking utter
I woke
bollocks.
up 10 minutes before the last one.
You did? You woke up 5 minutes before this one?
Also true. 5 minutes, quick burger, jobs are good.
Have a nap. Yeah, I've taken a beautiful picture to post of you, fully Corona protected.
I am Corona protected in my dressing
your-
gown.
is that pink?
House coat. No, it's red.
Are you sure that's red?
It's red. It used to be red. Because it's fucking red.
That doesn't look red to me.
It's a red dressing gown. It's dressed down Friday.
It's salmon, if anything.
It's not fucking salmon. It's fucking red.
Oh,
It's red.
it is. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give it you. But yeah, so that's one thing I do want to stress. Go outside still. I'm not saying go sit in the middle of a city centre with a bunch of other people. And you know what? If you want to still go to the pub, get some cans from your shop.
Can't go to the pub.
Go to a beer garden. They're closed. No one's there. Just sit in the beer garden. Just keep yourselves at 2 meters apart from each other, please. Social distancing is important.
Hell.
Mate, honestly, I guarantee I'm doing that.
Do you know what I'm most upset about? Well, I don't know if it is or not, but possibly the closure of Nando's.
When I came in, Jake was having a nap. And I said, oh, so like pubs and restaurants are closed. He went, what? Restaurants? They're still doing takeout. Oh, thank fuck for that. Nando's they're still open.
I got an email yesterday of Nando's saying that they're now running at, this was earlier,
Right.
they're now running at reduced capacity. They're splitting. So if you want to go in and eat, you're sat apart.
Distance, yeah.
So obviously they're, I don't know, 2
What's
meters
your
apart,
go-to heat at Nando's?
lemon and herb.
You
And do you know why?
Why?
A, because I like to enjoy my food. I don't like my fucking bollocks blown off. Oh,
Okay.
you're a pussy because you're not having it extra hot, so you can't taste anything for a week. No, I like the taste of food.
Okay.
That's why I'll go there.
Right.
But then I have the garlic sauce to dip in, which is hotter than the fucking medium.
Right,
Because if you
okay.
have the garlic sauce, it blows your fucking head off. So I have
Medium's the hottest I go.
so I
it's
have lemon and herb
or-
on the chicken.
Yeah.
And then peri chips as well. Don't just
Oh,
have plain
always,
chips.
always peri chips.
And then-
if you have plain chips, you're just wasting.
Point.
Yeah,
I
mate.
always used to. And then I accidentally
I've
ordered
never had
peri
peri chips.
chips once. I was like, fucking look at this. It's like life changing.
Game changer.
Then I
You can buy the
ordered
peri salt. Yeah,
no, I've
yeah.
got the salt.
I've got
and
the
now
salt.
I've got all my chips
Yeah.
all the time because otherwise they're just boring.
Yeah, peri salt is
It
tits.
took me a while to find though.
Asda?
Do you know what? I think I actually ordered that off Amazon.
Did you? Asda
I
sell
think
it.
so. I couldn't find it.
So
They said they hadn't got none.
I'll take you to Asda. We'll go on a shopping trip
Still open?
when it's open again. When there's any stock ever left.
Probably gone. People are probably panicking.
I still haven't been to a supermarket yet.
I have.
I'm very curious to see what's left.
I went.
Do people just buy anything because it was there?
I went to Aldi, which is my usual go-to. Not shy, don't care. I am a fucking tight bastard.
Oh, is that what I don't go to
And-
Asda? So not because of that. I always go
But
to Asda.
everything's like half the price, and it's the same food.
The reason I go to Asda is I can go at 1 a.m. I haven't got to deal with the
Very
humans.
true.
That's literally the reason I go there.
So I haven't panic bought. I've just gone shopping as normal.
You did post a little video
I did as a joke.
because you put 8 packs of sausage rolls in there.
I mean, that's just my normal consumption.
But I was going to say you confirmed I didn't actually buy all 8 packets.
No, I
it
put
was
them
just for the
back.
video.
I
Put them
bought
back.
just
Yeah.
8 sausage rolls, not
You do
8
like
packs
sausage
of
rolls.
8.
Yeah.
But I went to Aldi. Was it yesterday?
I don't know. I'm not.
Yesterday, yes, last night. So I went there at about, I think it was about 7 o'clock. There was no meat at all.
Right.
Bit of bacon and some frying steak. That's it. So I bought some frying steak because
Okay.
I actually went for some steak anyway.
Yeah.
They got shit tons of milk, no bread, like fresh bread. They'd got like the buns and the
Yeah.
cobs, wherever you're from, whatever they're called.
Yeah. Some people call it, what is it? Bread cakes or something like that.
Weird people.
Fucking weirdos.
They'd got no frozen food other than ice cream and that weird plant-based shit. That fucking freezer was full,
Really?
like overflowing.
I'm gonna go and buy some plant-based shit, man.
plant-based shit.
I'm gonna vegan the fuck out of this
And-
lockdown. I'm getting my full vegan on.
and ice cream. Alcohol's all still there. But
Now actually would be a good time to try vegan because I guarantee there's loads of vegan food and it's
they've
fucking
got
good.
no pasta or pasta sauce or beans or spaghetti or any.
But I don't
any
get
sort
why
of
is
tin
everyone getting
food.
pasta and not rice?
I don't know because nobody eats that much pasta, do they? Anyway,
But rice goes right. So if you look at, I've always had this thing when I've travelled. You can tell a country's GDP by how much rice they eat
yes,
because all poverty-stricken countries eat
just rice.
just rice because it's cheap,
Yeah.
and it's easy to make.
And it's filling.
Right.
Yeah.
So just buy rice. My dad actually said the other day, I was talking to my dad about it, and he was like, I'm Indian, I'm going to be all right. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, we, historically survive off the bare minimum.
You've probably got bags of rice.
So he was just like,
anyway.
going to be fine.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not worried about it. But my dad's also got that, if I get it, I die. If I die, for fuck's sake. Can you please wash your hands and just stay away from people, please?
Doesn't he work in a shop full time?
Yeah.
It's not really.
It's not.
It's not really.
I can't take his like whole
my dad said
pacifist attitude. I think like you were saying earlier. So my issue isn't if I get it. If I get it and I die, I can't help that. Obviously, I don't want to. It's not my preference.
Passing it on.
If I do die, let that be reference that it wasn't my first choice at my funeral, where Jake will come dressed as
the Grim Reaper,
because
that's our pact.
This is about 10 years old now.
Yeah.
I have to go to his, or he has to go to mine. Just as
you'd make
Reaper.
more of an impact.
You're taller than me.
Yeah, but you already look like him.
Yeah, but you won't see because it's the fucking shroud and.
That was my can of cider. Sorry, but anyway,
yeah. So
passing it on, innit? It's terrifying.
So should I die? It wasn't my first choice, but my worry is the same as yours. I don't want. My dad's 64. He's 65 in July. My mom's 63. My niece is 4.5 months old. They're my three. I haven't got grandparents. Never had grandparents. Both my parents were orphans. So that's my worry, is those three humans. And then extended family and everyone else's parents as well, obviously, is on my mind. Not as much as mine are, though. So my worry is giving it to my dad, my mum. I'm texting my sister to constantly just check my niece is all right and stuff like that. And I know they keep saying, like, younger people are okay, but I'm not a scientist.
Can we change the subject now?
Probably.
Have you got any more prostitute stories?
I played pool with a prostitute in Thailand once, and she hustled me. I, again, didn't know she was a prostitute.
Can we do a time check?
Do we start at, what time is it?
I don't know.
48 minutes we got.
It's just so people don't want to listen to COVID. Can we just say skip to
48 minutes?
Skip to 48 minutes.
This is the function Rob has when we're like, how long's left? And he normally shows.
To be fair, we didn't look at the clock
or
what time we started.
No, we started about 1:45, so yeah, for about 45 minutes. I've got work in an hour and a half, so we've got plenty of time yet.
Your last shift.
My last shift for the foreseeable. Yeah, it's crazy. It is, like I said, it's weird that people still come down, and I feel like I wouldn't go to a pub now. I wouldn't have gone to the pub the last 2 weeks, but obviously working in one, I have to go. And there's a lot of people who've messaged me who are angry that people are in a pub, and I'm like, I get why you are angry, and I understand that people should kind of like self-isolate, and I do agree they should. I think one thing I did see, what was it? You okay there? Ted?
Move.
Hey.
The dogs are kicking off.
Well, I'll put my leg between them. I'm bigger than both of them.
Dogs are kicking off.
Not combined, but
dogs have got.
Scarlet.
No, they haven't got corona. Dogs can't get it, which
I
was
saw
also
that.
a fucking myth on Facebook that
I didn't see the
animals can get it.
Fucking hell.
That was my biggest fear.
Well, did the bat have it? The first
Right.
bat.
So,
Because there is this really weird thing that we're all like self-absorbed, rooted in our like our identity, rather than connected to each other as individuals. And that's been the case until some motherfucker 7,000 miles away one day decided he was hungry and for dinner was going to sit and have a bat. And now because one guy 7,000 miles away had a bat for dinner, we're all dying.
from what I understand...
But I'm saying that in a very Trump way, which is like blaming...
But from what I understand, the way it... Considering we was changing the subject literally 5 minutes ago, the way it was started, or the way it all started, was in what they call a wet market in China, which is where they sell all the live animals.
Yep.
From what I understand, there was COVID-19, coronavirus has always been around.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
But in animals, never in humans, from what I get. Or there was different strains of it in humans, but it was never like this. From what I understand, they put these animals together that shouldn't necessarily be, or wouldn't necessarily be, in such close proximity in the real world. So, for instance, ferrets and
in the wild,
birds or
that
whatever,
would never happen.
They would never be in cages on top of each other.
Yeah.
So, from what I understand, this virus jumped from one animal to another, which wasn't normal, which then jumped from the animal to a human because they ate that animal that wouldn't normally have that virus. So when it jumped into the other animal, that's when it mutated.
And it just so happened that it happened in China.
And that was it, yeah.
It is,
but
just
that's only because they're one of the few places that have that sort of market.
Yeah.
With them sort of, where literally, we've discussed before, China will pretty much eat fucking anything.
Yeah. But again, I mean, the thing is, it is like, if this had come from a chicken in Norway, like, would there be the same vitriol towards Norwegians? Well, look at Italians now. More Italians have died than Chinese, but people haven't stopped eating pizza, like we discussed before. No. And there does seem to be a very finger pointing. Like, I saw this dude in capital letters on Twitter was like, China must pay for this. Like it was one dude. There's like,
it wasn't even. It was
1.4 billion people in China. You're going to blame 1.4 billion people?
There was probably a 1.4 billion chance of this ever happening.
Yeah, right.
As well.
Yeah.
Like, it just happened. Nobody engineered it.
Yeah.
It wasn't fucking created in a fucking lab and tested on a monkey that they sold to a fucking whatever. It just shit happened.
It does.
Jumped from animal to human. These animals have had it forever.
Yeah.
And it doesn't affect them.
There was a thing the BBC put up on there, because it's been retweeted now in like 2013. They put a thing up saying this new strain of the current the coronavirus that's being passed around isn't serious, and people are retweeting it because it's like, well, look what happened. It's a different version of it. It's not the same one.
That's why it's 19.
Yeah.
Because there's 18 previous ones.
Yeah.
It's not called COVID-19 because it started in 2019, like somebody else asked me.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Is that not true?
That's not
true. Okay, that's what I heard. I didn't like.
No, it wasn't. It's not called COVID-19 because
it's the 19th strain of it.
From what I understand, it's the 19th strain. So there's all these different other ones. That's why it's mentioned in books from like that people think that fucking saw the future.
Yeah.
And
like the Simpsons assume everything's
correct.
Yeah.
When you've seen in that book where it said a virus like the coronavirus will infect everybody. Yeah, because it's quite a deadly virus,
right, yeah.
as it's been proven.
Yeah.
But it was never to that point where
a big part of this is that people don't have the capacity or the desire to learn.
I think desire is the right word.
Yeah.
Everyone has the capacity because they have the internet. People just can't be fucking arsed.
Yeah, no, that,
They just can't
primarily
be
that is the issue.
It's not a case of being hard to understand. It's not a case of... I literally shared that Joe Rogan podcast that gave every single person all the information that they need.
Yeah.
I think it's over a 2 hour or a 2.5 hour podcast. The first 20 minutes.
It's purely...
tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, it's Q&A essentially.
Some of it's pretty scary listening.
Yeah, it is.
But it's the truth. It's not fucking created by a lab, in a lab by fucking wild monkeys that are roaming around the world.
Michael Osterholm.
Osterholm, yeah.
It's been viewed 12 million times. If you don't know, so if you put Joe Rogan 1439...
Is that what number it is? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on there, and it is... Hang on, you're going to hear a bit of it now, so excuse me for a second.
It is really good. It is really, really good. And he specifically got him on that podcast to address the bullshit.
It's an hour and 34 minutes long.
Yeah, so he specifically got him on because he's a scientist. He's worked for the disease centre in America all his life. He's been a personal assistant to, like a personal doctor to, like, sheikhs in the UAE and like I think he was like the king of Jordan's like right-hand man because he was afraid of like global like what's it called, warfare, not global warfare, fucking with the germs and shit like that where they,
okay, yeah,
you know what I
like
mean,
biological
warfare, yeah, he was afraid of all that, so he employed him to like check everything and like advise him and all that sort of stuff, so he knows what he's fucking talking about is the point. People should be listening to him, not a fucking meme that they read on Facebook that's been shared 47 times.
I have seen a lot of people who like, I'm going off social media.
I've gone off social media again.
Yeah.
I've turned it off. I've turned Facebook off because I can't fucking bear morons anymore.
The only thing, like I said, the only thing bugging me is the fact that people are reacting like it's only affecting them. That's what's getting me. The people who I get everyone's worried. I understand everyone's, like, some people are in a lot worse situations than I'm going to be in. So with the rent, if you're on a 0 hours contract, if you're self-employed, I understand, or if sickness, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people who have vulnerable people around them. But it's one of those things where everybody has something at the moment, or someone, or a part of their career or job or house or whatever it is to
effective.
worry about. Yeah. So rather than being like, look how shit this is for me, work out how to help each other.
I just don't get, like, as we've discussed, laws of attraction, etc., you attract like-minded people around you. If you're a fucking idiot, chances are you've got a lot of fucking idiots on your Facebook. So if one fucking idiot shares something fucking fake news bullshit, all his other fucking idiot mates are going to believe it. Yeah. And then they're going to share it.
Yeah.
And guess what? All their fucktard mates are going to believe that.
Yeah.
And before you know it, there is a fucking convoy of fucking tanks rolling down fucking Broad Street in Birmingham, shooting people because they want to go to the pub. It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, there is. So one of the girls that works with me she's from France, from the outside of France. I was asking her, like, have you heard what it's like back there? And apparently to go, I mean, again, I'm saying apparently, I'm not there. I haven't experienced this. This is second-hand information. Yep. Which is third-hand information because she was told.
Because she was told it,
right. So apparently they'll give you a form you have to fill out to confirm where you're going, how long you're going for, the purpose of your visitation or whatever. So if you're going to the supermarket, if you're taking your pets for a walk, whatever it is. And if they don't find a justifiable reason for it, they'll fine you. So again...
to keep you in the house.
Yeah, so theoretically, this is what's happening in parts of France. I want to stress all of those words. I'm not saying this is all of France because I don't fucking know. I'm not saying this
all of France.
Right,
We're not there now.
Right, I'm not saying this is definitely happening. So you know what I mean? It's just what I've been told. I want to stress. But it is something that I could understand what would happen. It was in the video in Spain of the lads. There's a bunch of fat, bold English Leeds-looking fans.
Trapped in Spain.
Not, well, you say trapped, but they're full on just larging it up.
Everything's closed as well.
And the police are there, like, can you please go inside? And they've got the drones there in Spain as well. There's like police drones sending people inside and stuff. And they're literally just like, nah. And just drinking away. And it's like, just don't be a prick. Like, and one thing this house showed me is that humans, going back to being an eco-fascist, humans are shit. They really are. Like,
there was a video. Did you see that video of that woman? I think in Spain potentially. And she was in the pool, and she was going, "I fucking paid for an holiday. I'm having a fucking holiday. I'm going swimming in the pool." And the police are there, like, "Look, please get out of the pool. You shouldn't. We're on lockdown. You need to get." I think it might have even been Italy. You need to get out of the pool. I've paid for this holiday. I'm having my fucking holiday. I'm English and you can't stop me and all this shit. So the copper strips down to his fucking pants, rips her out the fucking pool. Soon as she's on the pool side, the other guy jumps on her. Fucking full bikini, the lot. She gets fucking nicked. See you later, off to the fucking police station. Enjoy your holiday now, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, all you had to do was as you fucking asked.
Yeah.
That's it.
Understand.
Not again, told. Ask.
But understand as well, it's not just there. Like, if you are on holiday, like, it's happening everywhere.
They haven't just shut your resort down.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? They're just not going to actually, we don't like the look of you lot. Get fucking back home.
But I think it's just I understand, like, a lot of people are panicking as well and stuff like that. But it is because of social media. Like, the media haven't helped. The actual media haven't helped. And then social media hasn't helped.
Social media's just fucking run riot with it.
Yeah.
I've seen people going, oh, the best thing about COVID-19 is the memes. Like, to an extent.
I'm so bored of the meme. If I see one more fucking Shaun of the Dead meme, I swear to God.
They've recreated it as well, haven't they?
The pubs are closed.
Simon Pegg and your man.
That other dude.
The other dude.
Yeah.
They've recreated it.
Oh, have they? Them themselves? Oh, really? I haven't seen
like
this.
having a phone call to each other.
Right.
As in Shaun of the Dead, but for coronavirus.
But it won't work now. You can't go to the Winchester Way for all because all the pubs are fucking closed. No. So.
Thank fuck.
Yeah.
Can we all stop sharing that meme, please?
But what we can do instead, though, is obviously everyone is on lockdown now, unless you're working from home. But even if you're working from home, what you could do, if you're new to this podcast, there's 6 others out there you can go back and listen to.
And 95% of them aren't talking about coronavirus.
That is what we will move on, because we've had, what time are we on now?
Nearly an hour of this.
Exactly an hour and 20 seconds of corona. So we will move on. Just finally, look after each other. Be kind. If you bought too much toilet paper, I'm not going to give you shit for it.
I
no
need
pun intended.
fucking toilet paper.
Jake does need toilet paper.
I'm down to my last 3 rolls.
I've got some. I'll hook you up.
No, I have a lot of shit. I have a very bad diet. Think about us guys. Think about us guys that eat fucking McDonald's and pizza all the time.
But just look.
We're going to struggle.
If you've got too much, just look after people. It's going to be all right.
And if you've got any spare sausage rolls,
start buying alcohol.
throw them from a letterbox. Start buying alcohol.
Start buying alcohol. Not panic buying alcohol. Not panic buying.
I'm pretty sure we're never going to run out of alcohol.
Well, you find with spirits anyway. They don't got a date.
No, but people will drink it. But I don't think we're ever going to panic buy. Even if we did panic buy alcohol, I don't think we'd ever run out of it.
I'm surprised no one's panic buying fuel yet. I thought that would happen.
Why did you have to say that? Do you know why they're not? Because they're waiting for it to come down cheaper. That's why.
Put it out into the universe.
That's why I'm waiting for it to come down to nearly £1 a day. Then I'm going to fill my tank.
Was it you who texted me saying when we looted for TVs?
No, it wasn't me.
Someone texted me saying when we looted for TVs, I was like, Tuesday, calm down.
We don't.
We're not there yet.
We don't condone looting.
We do not condone looting.
Not in Tamworth anyway.
At all.
We're civilised folk in Tamworth.
We are. Are we?
Yeah, compared to fucking other places.
Yeah, but that can be said for anything.
Nah, Tamworth is civilised. We've got a castle.
We used to be the capital of Mercia.
See. Did you know Kingsbury? You know Kingsbury?
Yep, the water park.
This is quite
Well, it's not just a water
localised
park,
right
but it
now.
has a water park.
Did you know what it was originally called?
No.
Chinesebury.
Fuck off.
True story.
Fuck off.
I'm telling you now.
Right, hang on.
Chinesebury.
This is changing now.
Telling you now. And it's written on a plaque in the water park overlooking the river. Chinesebury. Telling you now.
Is it Chinesebury or Chinesebury?
One or the other. It's definitely Chinese. And it was... there were some other facts, but I can't remember what they were.
You know what? I don't even care enough to Google this.
But
I did not know that.
It was originally called Chinesebury or Chinesebury or something like that. It was along them lines.
Right, okay.
Telling you now, I'm going to fucking find out. Tell me a prostitute story.
I've only got two. One about the prostitute in Romania that I didn't know initially was a prostitute, and the other one was a prostitute in Thailand. That I can't remember what island I was on, but I was on an island in Thailand. That rhymes.
On an island in Thailand.
Island in Thailand, playing pool.
Was it St Patrick's Day?
No.
Oh.
Happy St Patrick's Day, by the way. It was 2
I'm not Irish.
days ago. I'm not Irish either, but I like Guinness. So
I have no reason to celebrate St Patrick's Day because nobody supports St George, who was clearly the better saint.
Why?
Because he slayed a fucking dragon, motherfucker.
Yeah, but the other dude got rid of snakes.
They were what? Who did?
St George? No, St Patrick got rid of all the snakes in the island.
I'd be more worried about a dragon than I would a fucking snake, unless there was like dragon-sized snakes.
Because St George was Turkish. He was.
St George is the patron saint of England that nobody gives a fuck about.
Okay, hang on.
St Patrick, on St Patrick's Day, everybody becomes Irish.
No.
I'm 1/8 Irish. I need the day off to support.
I'm not any Irish. I just really like Guinness. That's literally where it ends for me.
What are you Googling now?
St George. This is the benefit of having only audio, is that we can use our phone for reference. And no one's here to give us, or no one's going to look and go, fucking hell, we'll do everything on the phone. We don't normally. I'm just trying to find, St George is a patron saint of about 30 different countries.
Yeah, because he's a gangster.
Wait, sorry, can we just reiterate? St George is a gangster. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, because he fucking...
St George was...
Chinesebury! I fucking told you! I've just Googled, right, that, and the first thing that's popped up is a message to our readers about COVID-19 from fucking Wikipedia.
Really?
Yeah. It was originally called...
So St George was born 23rd of April, 303.
That's a long time ago.
That's on the Gregorian calendar.
I knew you was going to say that.
Named after Pope Gregory the 13th.
Chinesebury.
Chinesebury.
Told you it was.
Yeah, it was named after China.
Huh?
Was it named after China?
What, Kingsbury?
No, Chinesebury. Was it named when it was named Chinesebury? Was it named Chinese for China?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I was just saying it sounds like China.
St George's Day, traditionally celebrated on 23rd of April. See under feast days below for use of Julian calendar by Eastern Orthodox Church.
So it was the Julian calendar.
No. That's a different date under Julian.
Oh, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
We had the whole fucking calendar conversation.
The name Kingsbury is derived from the Saxon Chinesebury. Chinesebury, Chinesebury, meaning royal fortified house or king's fort. The bury part of the name means fort or defensive work.
Right.
See?
Okay.
It's because it had Bracebridge Hall, which is on the banks of the river, which is a fortified house, or was back in the day. Chinese, bro. Fuck you, devil boy. Told you it was fucking Chinese.
I didn't say it wasn't.
The Chinese in Kingsbury shit as well. It's really bad.
Okay, so...
It's in a pub. That's how bad it is. It's not even got its own shop. Anyway.
So St. George is the patron saint of Portugal, Venice, Beirut, Malta, Ethiopia, Georgia, the Palestinian territories, Serbia, Lithuania, England. That's all it's shown on this list, but I know there's more.
That must have been where all the dragons were then. He's just gone around the world slaying dragons, like a boss. And they've gone, you were the man. Can you be our patron saint when you die? And he's gone.
Scotland's?
And he's gone, fuck yeah. What?
Who's Scotland's patron saint?
Colin McRae? No?
St. David's.
Do you know what the...
St. David's Wales.
Do you know what the official animal of Scotland is?
Go on.
Guess. The official, registered...
It's going to be stupid because the way you're asking
The official registered animal of Scotland...
An otter.
No.
Go on.
A unicorn.
Fuck off.
Again, stop doubting my knowledge of shit. The official animal of Scotland...
Why a unicorn?
I don't fucking know. But it's a unicorn. It's not even an animal.
It's not an animal. Well, it might have been. You're on about St. George out there fighting dragons.
Yeah, but we've seen dragons. We've not seen unicorns.
Where have we seen dragons?
Game of Thrones. Duh.
There's a unicorn in Stardust.
What's Stardust?
It's got Claire Danes and Rob De Niro in it.
Is there?
Yep.
That's not real, though. It's a film.
Yes. What's Game of Thrones? The documentary.
Documentary.
Oh, okay. Right. Sorry, I missed that part.
You fuck? Are you? I thought you was intelligent. What did you think Game of Thrones was? Some sort of fucking theatrical entertainment program? Fuck's wrong with you, man?
Oh, so much. I think that's an entirely different podcast.
There's not that many tits in history, so it had to be real.
There's not that many breasts in history.
I don't know what that means. Basically, it must be real because there's a lot of tits in it. Is what I was trying to say.
There's no tits in Stardust. It's a children. Have you not seen Stardust?
I don't think so.
It's fucking awesome.
When you say that, it makes me think of David Bowie for some reason. Why am I thinking of David? Oh,
Julia Bowie.
I don't really.
You don't have to. We discussed this last week. I will say, when I listen back, I can't believe that you like Papa Roach, but don't like Led Zeppelin. I didn't say
I didn't like Led Zeppelin. I said I don't necessarily know
Led Zeppelin.
Their songs.
All right.
I probably do if I heard one.
You would.
But I couldn't sing a Led Zeppelin song to you now.
I'd rather you didn't sing anything to me right now.
But I could sing a Papa Roach song, as I did last time. But it's just, you let me fucking be, man. If I want to wear a red dressing gown, I will.
It's salmon. It's salmon at best. It's dark pink.
Bullshit.
Basically, if you had a top hat on with a feather in it, you'd be a pimp.
I already am.
You're a pimp of what?
Player!
Oh.
Player! Who was that? It's in between us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that in between us?
Yeah. I do like in between us.
Have you seen all the J memes?
Yeah.
Lockdown. 2 weeks isolation. Completed it, mate. Fucking brilliant. I've heard country's going in lockdown. I've got a mate in the army, Jay. He's fucking so funny.
He is.
Are we going to talk about something else?
Yeah. Let me just
or are we going to knock it on the head and then do an entertaining one in 2 days?
Yeah, no, we can. I had a couple of other notes, but I don't think we need to go over them really. I think just one was just. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to. It was a reference to the fact that this is literally just a blip in time in the grand scheme of things. And people go on about how bad this is and the importance of it. I'm not saying it isn't, and obviously people might die and stuff like that, but we're like 14-point-something billion years into our universe.
Do you know what? I'm going to say this now. How far in are we? I say we end this now.
10.
Bearing in mind, this is all on the fly because producer Rob's not here to tell us off.
Yeah.
So we're being like naughty school
We
kids
can
with
do
the fucking
whatever
supply
we
teacher. I reckon we knock this on the head now.
Yeah.
Right? And then tomorrow or Sunday or Monday,
Do another one.
we do another one with zero coronavirus fucking references. Nothing. We go back to the original.
So we can do a 7.1 and a 7.2.
Yes. Let's do yes.
Rather than an 8.
Yes. We'll do like a 0.5.
Well, we can just do an 8.
We'll do like a 7.5. It doesn't matter.
7.5.
But I reckon we do that. I reckon we go back and then we just give people like a bit of relief. All the celebrities are doing it.
Are they?
They're all doing like...
Are they all getting on our game now?
They're all... No, not... Well, that's some...
Did you see the video of all the celebrities singing Imagine?
No.
It makes you wish they had corona.
Oh
it's fucking So it's like Gal Gadot and like, who the fuck else is on it? Like a lot of like famous.
What, and they've just chopped
A-list,
into... No.
So different people. Like the guy who plays Henry Cavill's in it.
No. I haven't seen that.
Honestly,
this is why I came off Facebook.
Don't watch it.
But I reckon we
Don't
do
search
it.
for this. It's fucking...
I reckon we call it now. We say, if you want to listen to coronavirus, listen to this podcast.
That's fair. This is a very corona heavy.
And
I
then,
didn't bring corona this time.
in a couple of days, we will do a revert to type, zero corona, pure entertainment,
I want to do a live one, but we don't know if we can.
prostitute stories. I might even bust out my brothel story if I'm brave enough.
I'll just do it now. Go on.
No, I'm not
Come
doing
on.
it now. No, you'll have to tune into 7.5.
No, for the people that have listened to an hour of corona.
No, because people won't listen till the end, so it'll be wasted.
They will.
No.
If we put on there...
All right, and I promise now, right, if you've listened to this podcast all the way through, thank you, first of all. It was tough. I've struggled, if I'm honest.
What is it? You're trying to kill it?
Exactly. But I reckon if you've listened to the end, comment on how, I don't know if you can, on Facebook, whatever.
To be fair, I've been pretty shit recently with you.
And say, all we want you to say on the Facebook page or the Instagram page is brothel. That's it. Just comment brothel.
But if only...
And then, at the very start of 7.5, or whatever we decide to call it, in a few days, I will start the podcast with my brothel story. Promise. Pinky swear.
What if only I comment on their same...
I'll still do it anyway.
Okay, do
but
it
I want people to just comment, and I just want... and it'll be like a thank you for listening, for listening to this one all the way through.
No, to be fair, you were in lockdown. What the fuck else have you got to
Exactly.
do? You know
I mean,
what
we didn't want to talk about Corona all the way through, but as
That
we've
wasn't
said,
the plan,
it is unfortunately
big.
everybody's life right now.
Look at it like this. In 3 weeks, if like 90% of the population is dead, you'll go, look, only 3 weeks ago, listen to this. This is how things were then.
That's not how I wanted to end it, if I'm honest.
Sorry.
But
That's why I'm the devil.
sake.
More people for me to play with.
Follow us on social media.
Yeah. And that people, I think we need to get 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Now Sonny's not working, he might start posting again.
I'm going to hammer the fuck out of this now.
He might start posting
I've got
again.
nothing else to do other than play with myself and focus on this.
There you go, that's what you'll get.
So you'll get...
So it'll be one or the other.
Yeah, so if I start sliding into DMs...
Depending on which Instagram profile he
gonna
clicks
slide
on,
into
depends
your
on
DMs,
how whatever you get. But yeah, social media, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can't watch this on YouTube, but please subscribe anyway.
And tell your friends. Like
Tell your friends.
The thing is, it's all just a little bit there. All right.
See, Corona's got his tongue.
It's Corona's got my
Corona's
tongue.
got your tongue.
I've got kung flu. I feel dirty saying that. I apologise. I'm better than that. No, so what was about? Oh yeah, obviously there's no point us telling us. Listen, if you do listen, there are a few now. We have steady listeners.
Yes.
So if you're one of those and you've made it to the 7th one and you've listened to all of them, honestly, you're like an MVP.
And also, if this is your first one you've listened to, please go back and listen to the others because they're way better.
They're way up. 5's my favourite.
But they're way better. They're way more funny. Usual prostitute stories will be resumed.
They will resume. Obviously, the minute we are in the middle of a national, global pandemic, which is...
Worldwide situation. So
Yeah.
it is kind of big news. But we've done our bit. We've talked about it. We've done a stat attack last week.
Attack.
And as of now, we're going
to pause Corona.
We are. We're going to do maybe...
Unless something massive happens.
Well, yeah, but we could always do 2. Do you know what I mean? We can always... But nobody needs to listen to us tell them about Corona because they just
That's true. They do
news.
know. That is very true.
They don't need us to talk about it.
Well, it's a bit bad saying that. An hour and 15 minutes
That's
into
what
a
I said at the end,
podcast.
not at the beginning.
Well, actually, it won't be an hour and 15 because we were talking first to Rob.
Whatever
when
it is.
he edits this.
Follow us on social media, comment brothel, and I will start the podcast 7.5.
Tell your friends,
7.1.
subscribe on YouTube. It is free. And whatever your other form of media is. We are on Twitter. I don't use it as much as I should. Instagram, probably I use a bit more. We're on Facebook as well. We're everywhere. Any content you want us to talk about, if it's shit, we'll ignore it and pretend like I didn't see it. If it is something interesting, they'll be like, oh, okay. Because I've got time now.
Also, if you do decide to listen to 10 minutes and turn it off, I won't hold it against you.
will.
I don't blame you.
I will.
He will, because he's like fucking Donald Trump's fucking advisor or something. But I don't know what that means.
What?
Don't know. But you just like death and destruction.
Right.
But
we'll try and use this time.
Yes.
Well, you're still working.
I'm still working, but I can chat shit even if I'm at work or not.
But I'll try and use this time to.
But we need to be better.
Content heavy.
Yeah.
We're gonna start doing giveaways as well.
Are we?
Yeah, we discussed it at the start.
What are we giving away?
We're probably a couple of weeks away yet. Get some stickers made, some t-shirts made.
Oh yeah,
stuff
some
like
merch.
that. Yeah.
If everywhere's still open.
Right, well, we're creating jobs where we're
industry alive.
We're keeping our economy above float. We're preventing falling back into
the devil
recession.
for president.
Honestly, just throw it around.
We're talking shit now. Let's go. We'll see you in a couple of days for whatever we decide to call it. Archer and the Devil.
It'll be 8. It'll be 8.
Yeah, that's cool. Right, peace out, everybody. Stay safe. Wash your fucking hands.
Yeah.
Don't be a dirty bastard. Stop buying another bog roll. Peace out.
Bye.